Hello gang, and welcome to Model Behaviour with the final day of Wonder Fest Shanghai 2025 coverage. And for the third day, it's actually not a huge amount of new stuff because like most conventions, they show all the gold pretty early on, but there's still a few little choice nuggets that have escaped our attention and a couple that we just have some slightly better pictures of. So I'm going to try and run you through them nice and quick so that we're not spending too much time treading old ground. Having just said that though, we do have some new pictures of the 6-inch plus figures. And look, before I forget, understandably, a whole bunch of people were messaging me saying, Dave, like, where can we buy these? And first of all, you foolish mortals, thinking that I would know anything useful. I can understand why you might have thought that, but I double-checked, spoke to some people who are more cleverer than I am, and a couple of good suggestions are Bombusby. Bombusby are great for import figures, because also they're selling the Green Scar, which is the first Hulk figure that 6-inch plus have been doing. And also 5K toys are great with the imports as well. Things like the Mety toys, Furey Planet Fury toys, all of those ones, Zesray Studios, that's where you can go to find those specific kinds of figures. But a lot of them, you just got to keep your eyes out, keep your peepers peeled on the import sites. But yeah, I think Bombusby, you might be in luck with these guys, but that Red Hulk, absolutely gorgeous. Same with the Green Hulk. Like I said, I won't linger on these ones for too long. But now, from the same developer, the 6-inch plus line, we've got this anime-looking character with a kind of a speeder bike, maybe? I'm not sure what that mechanical thing is, but looks pretty cool. I've seen this design before, so it must be from something. And speaking of a guy that I've seen before, the Shredder, proper 1980s animated Turtles Shredder. So again, this is all from 6-inch plus, I do believe. So with a bit of luck, they might be appearing on Bombusby, but occasionally with these Wonderfest type shows, they do have full-on customizers who are just showing their wares. So occasionally, you might find yourself getting a little bit excited for something that ultimately is one of a kind. Hopefully this isn't one of a kind though, because I do kind of like the look of it. And then you got a Snake Eyes as well, same deal. So this is very much kind of Mezco style. I do love the look of it. He's kind of cool. And speaking of, we got full-on camo Frank Castle here. And like I said, it's not to say these won't be available on the import sites. It's just, we don't know. A lot of these feel like kind of proof of concept. And then they might roll into mass production if there's enough demand there and if they're able to skirt around the legal wranglings for it. This is one that's kind of sweet. Yolo Park. So a full-on regular, boom, action figure created there, doing Samurai Pizza Cats. A big old blast from the 90s for you. That, you see that, you can't help but just hear the theme tune in your head. Just did a quick change there. I always think it's going to be cold, and then I start recording, and the minute I start speaking, all of a sudden we overheat. Amazing. Took some cool in-hand pictures of the Storm Arena Player 2 Ken. This is a nice change because the Jada Player 2 Ken, I think, was the white costume, wasn't it? So it's good that they're going in the other direction, give some more variety. And also, we got some pictures of the Kyoto Revoltech Metal Gear Solid figures. This is pretty exciting. So from Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, we got Big Boss, is that Ocelot? Yeah. And then the boss behind them as well. Great looking stuff here. This one I'm quite excited for because big old Metal Gear fan over here. So yeah, there's a lot to get, well, excited for. Then also, this, speaking of excited, don't get too excited. This is just the Romani big guy, the big guy custom body that they're showing what can be done with it. What can be done with it is making a pretty good looking Venom with actually what looks like the perfect Mark Bagley Venom head that I'm still waiting for someone to do sometime. Marvel Legends. Got some official Transformers as well from Blockies. Got the Aligned Continuity Prime here. He looks kind of cool. And also, in my first video, I was testing you. You see, yeah, you thought I didn't know the difference between Tarn and Megatronus. Duh. What kind of an idiot would make that mistake? Of course this is Megatronus. Kidding. Yes, Tarn, and Tarn looks pretty awesome. Then, of course, we got the Mety toys, Samurai Raphael, and again, Last Ronin Michelangelo, just speeding over those because we've seen them before, but they do look great. And also, I think these pictures are from D Amazing as well, just showing more up-close details of this new line. This is the only one I'm a bit unsure about. Like, who is this dude? Because, I mean, the bull implies ground chuck, but I guess not. He's got like some gladiator armor, so I don't know. Help me out in the comments. But then Leatherhead looks great with the little, is it Mondo Gecko between his legs there? That's really, really cute. And then I was asking, way back on day one, feels like a lifetime ago, is this Baxter Stockman? Because he's got a human head. We're getting proper Baxter Stockman. We're getting Fly Guy. He looks great. Really, really love the look of this. This, even if I just got it as a standalone figure without getting the whole set, I'd be inclined to get that. Then Slash, again, we've seen him before. He looks fantastic. Splinter as well with the 4 little baby turtles. The foot soldier's cool. Shredder looks badass. And then, of course, we got the full shots. Again, I think this is D Amazing. So shout out to D Amazing, dude. You're bringing it home with these pictures. Rocksteady looks incredible. Love the camo pants, the pads, all the sort of accoutrements on him. Absolutely wicked. And then Bebop as well. These two guys, just so much fun. Yeah, I'm real excited for these ones. And it's a little better look at the turtles there as well. I love Donatello with his little mouser arm on his backpack and the goggles. Great stuff. Now, I missed out when talking about Inart before, and also confusing Inart with LPZZ. I know, it's an easy mistake to make. Inart showed off this Devastator, and there's nothing here to give it scale, but it looks amazing. Like, it's big. The problem with the McFarlane one was he wasn't really Devastator size. This is Devastator size. Red Death, Batman Flash looks terrific too. Another little glimpse at Absolute Batman. That's another one I'd love to pick up. And then, of course, we got the Green Lantern one as well. I forget what his name was, but yeah, he looks kind of cool and gnarly. Then the big giant steel. And yeah, just good looking stuff there. Real good looking stuff. And then we're going to go back over to 6-inch Studio. And they're doing this Andrew Garfield. They're doing this Andrew Garfield Spider-Man 2. I feel like we've got a few different options for Andrew Garfield Spider-Man now. Ever since No Way Home came out, it's like the floodgates are open and everyone's doing the original Spider-Man. Then we've got the Notta Toys. And Notta Toys are going hard on their kind of Chinese mythology sort of creatures, or even just, I don't know, mythology in general. I don't think a giant blue lion is specifically Chinese. I'm not sure what the origin for that might have been. And then we've got the huge, big elephant king-looking dude on his throne. Not sure how that's going to articulate. I mean, it looks like it's just been, shaped out of clay here, so might be a while before we eventually see that. Then we're going to go back over to Snail Shell. And Snail Shell, they're always going to have a huge, big part of my heart because they're just adorable and cute and ridiculous. But in this crazy workaday world in which we live, where everything can be a little bit glum and gloomy sometimes, don't you just want a big booby anime girl on your shelf? I know I do. I'm a simple man. I don't ask for much. Funny thing is, like, in this office here, there's like normal people working normal office jobs around me, and I'm sure they can hear me talking about big boob anime girls, and they're like, what is he doing there? I'll let them keep on guessing. Another picture of the weird, sexy tick flea lady. I don't know. I hate the fact that that's just lingering with me. And then more from Romani as well. They love their bug weird monster creatures. Like this pterodactyl lady looks straight out of a Umbrella Corporation biohazard experiment. It's pretty wicked. So yeah, all of these from Romani, you can see they're very early on in production, but slap a bit of paint on those and they're going to look pretty incredible. They really are. Going back over some of these old ones we've seen before, but some slightly nicer pictures. Now this is something different. Again, there was a few things that weren't caught on the first couple of days. We've got the Ace Figs Spike. And I'm guessing Spike is the line of figures as opposed to just one character in particular, even though the dude in red does look rather spiky. But also there's this other guy who's like got a bit of a Predator mask kind of look to him there. That's just cool high concept sci-fi stuff here. I'm really, really digging. Then a known property, Karas. I know that Storm Collectibles have done their own version of this guy. Well, there's another one here as well, but he doesn't really mean too much to me. Now we got another picture that just, it worries me. Well, it doesn't worry me. It more disappoints me because I think I've made a decision. The Blockies Rivals figures, not feeling it from this. I want to be convinced. I want to be pleasantly surprised. But like looking at this Spider-Man here, I know that they're showing things that are works in progress. Hopefully this is still a work in progress because it just looks a bit underwhelming at this point. What's not underwhelming, though, is 52 Toys. They brought the heat with this one here. So they're going all in on Predator. You can see here, we got a huge, big, like, chibi giant Predator, Jungle Hunter. Then we got a more classic version. That looks nice. It looks real good. And then the high concept, kind of, I don't know, sort of swirly-whirly fantasy-looking designs for the Predators. And the same goes for these aliens as well. They're doing the engineers, and then they're doing their own take on aliens. I don't know if this is based on a specific artist's style, but it just looks like a version I haven't seen before, where they're really sleek and elongated and streamlined and just really cool. I dig them. And now, a big crowd pleaser, gonna make a lot of people very happy. We're getting Captain Commando, which means hopefully more Capcom characters. That's great to see. We can finally start building out the Capcom side of our Gamerverse displays with the Marvel Legends. That's awesome to see. And then, yeah, just another look at the Predator. Weird whirly-swirly designs, which is like, it's something unique. It's something different. I like it. You know, go where the competition ain't. Do something different. And they're also showing off a few anime-type characters as well that I'm not overly familiar with, but, you know, I appreciate showcasing what they're doing. So yeah, also just a couple of cutouts, just a couple of standees to show what Street Fighter characters they're going to be doing, and Final Fight as well. Or is it Fatal Fury? Dave. Oh, come on, Dave. You always get these wrong. Also, 52 Toys do a fun little range of figures that come in cubes, and you like unfold them like a little puzzle. So they're doing a Predator cube as well. It's kind of fun and quirky. Going back over to, well, not back over, but looking at the Fang Studio Warrior series. Had a little look at these ladies yesterday. It's funny, I assumed that they were 1/12 scale, and now I'm looking at them, I'm like, are they a little bigger? It's really hard to tell. Maybe they're just like, you know, Amazonian warrior ladies. I'd be okay with that. And again, the female Yoshimitsu. I'm just calling it Yoshimitsu. It's not actually Yoshimitsu, but you know what I'm saying. Really, really like to look at that. Going to keep a close eye out for that one. See what eventually becomes of it, because that's something to get excited for. And it's funny because I'm wondering if Zezre Studios and Fang Studio are like the same thing, or a crossover, or what? I don't know, because this is the Zezre lady here, I think. If she's not, she's very similar. Like, dubiously similar, you know what I mean? But yeah, she looks good, regardless. Then LPZZ. So, not Inart, LPZZ, doing a great-looking Catwoman who looks like she's going to be kind of like good to go pretty soon. That looks like a finished article there. And an early concept for their own Absolute Batman. A couple of Harry Potter figures as well. We had some nice soft goods from some of the earlier movies. Oh, they look fine if you're a Potter person. And then Arkham Batman, looking great. I like this version of Arkham Batman before his suit got too high-tech. It's a bit more sort of classic Batman. Anne Hathaway Catwoman, a little bit of an uncanny valley look with her face there. I'm not sure I'm feeling that, but still, I appreciate what they're doing. And similarly, an up-close look at their Red Death as well, which does, the Batman metal designs, all of them look wicked, really cool. As well as Batman Who Laughs. That's badass too. And we've got the Arkham Knight as well. It's funny, a lot of people kind of rolled their eyes when Jason Todd was revealed as Arkham Knight in the game, but I was like, no, okay, maybe it's predictable, but sometimes the thing that's predictable is predictable because it makes sense and it works. It worked for me. Got another look at Robert Pattinson's Batman there, and what looks like a Jim Lee Hush Batman. This is one that could be pretty big. Kind of like the ultimate comic book version of Batman, because they done Arkham, looks amazing. They were Arkham, weren't they? Yeah. So this could be something quite special. Going to be along in a while. Same with the Hush Jim Lee Superman as well. Both of those could be real big in the future. Ones to look forward to there. Little sneaky pick of Batfleck in there as well. And now we got this Crow dude. And I'm not sure who's doing this Crow line here. I say Crow just because, it's a Crow person. I'm not sure what the actual name of this is, but it looks good though, doesn't it? I mean, just beautiful, gothic, fantasy kind of stuff. This is one that I'm going to have to wait until proper, pre-order pictures and information go up. Then hopefully I'll be able to spot it and catch it, throw it in good news, and we'll know what exactly we're looking at. This going to be a bit of a tease. In fact, I was tempted to put it in the thumbnail, but that would be a bit mean, because I don't think this is going to be a mass-produced figure. I think this is just a custom example. Also 1/6 scale. So it's not in the good Lord scale, but nonetheless, it's Sony PlayStation Kraven. Something we've been asking for the last 2 years, or however long it was since that game came out. Time flies, doesn't it? But yeah, Sony PlayStation Kraven was just the coolest version of Kraven we've ever seen. Really kind of hamstrung the movie, because it's like, well, this guy's not as cool as the video game one. But this is a gorgeous looking, I think, custom. Time will tell. And then also from 6" plus, this is where it gets real confusing and where I love and hate the action figure industry. So this Thor is from the same company that's doing the Hulks, but I think it's not their body. They're doing just the clothes to go on a different body. You can buy like a Thor kit with which to decorate another company's big buff adult body. I think. It does make me furrow my brow in a vain attempt to understand the situation. A couple more of the, from 6" Studios. So now we've also got the Spider-Man 3 Venom. And are they actually going to move this into full production? Is it going to be something that's going to be available on Bombuzby or 5K Toys? I don't know. Also, it looks like the way that costume is made, I can't imagine it not peeling over time. It looks highly peelable, but I don't know. Also, a Wesley Snipes blade. They seem to be cooking in the kitchen as well. And there we have all of those ones there. Also, they're doing Thanos as well. I gotta say though, hand on heart and dollars to donuts, I do not care for this Thanos. It's a little bit similar to Mezco Thanos, and you know me. I reside very happily on Mezco Thanos Island, where a lot of people fear to tread because they're cowards and don't recognize how great Mezco Thanos is. I, however, do love it. I don't need any other ones, but it looks fine nonetheless. And then anything else we've got here? I'm going through some other pictures that I've looked at. Oh, Punisher, Marvel, Netflix Punisher, well, Disney Plus Punisher now, I suppose. Just a little look here. Again, we don't know 100% if they're going to move it into production. I hope so, because it looks like they've put a heck of a lot of effort into it. But yeah, that John Bernthal face looks amazing. Really great, spot on. So we'll see about that. Similarly, we've got these man spider, human spider. What did he call himself? Yeah, the human spider. That's a terrible name. All we need now is Bonesaw McGraw, though. Bonesaw's ready. I got you for 3 minutes. That's 3 minutes of playtime. So yeah, both of those look really, really fun. Maybe we will see them at some point. And a 6" Kraven, 1/12 scale, the good Lord scale. You can see again, it looks like a work in progress. Poor guy doesn't even have any hands. But maybe we might see this. This actually isn't from 6" plus. This is literally from, I think, Remad Custom, which does lead me to believe it's probably just going to be a one-off custom. But again, proof of concept. Come on, Mezco. Come on, Legends. Give us a PlayStation Kraven. Also, the same people, Remad Customs, doing Ducard from Batman Begins, a great-looking Sandman from Spider-Man 3, My Kingdom, for a brand new, big, badass, crazy Sandman, maybe one day. And they also did a John Cena from Peacemaker. But again, not one to get too excited. This is just some fun custom stuff here. And I'm going to go back over to Magic Fire Studios, because we did cover a couple of these before, but we've got a slightly better look at their wolf warrior here. It says Magic Fire Studio, but also the card there says VToys. So again, like different companies or the same company, different names, does make me furrow my brow and add to my crow's feet and worry lines when I'm like, whoa, who makes this? But yeah, some cool looking ninja, cyber ninjas, cyber samurai warriors. It's a mashup of cool stuff right there. Fury Toys. That, because I looked at these ones earlier or yesterday. I was like, who makes these cute little turtle reptile ladies? Well, there you go, Fury Toys, who are like masters of their anthropomorphic characters. So that makes perfect sense there. Similarly, Fury Toys with an incredible looking barbarian, just gorgeous. Absolutely wicked there. And not content with just the barbarian, he's got to have something to ride on. We've looked at plenty of pictures of these. They're amazing tiger steed there, along with their just beautiful barbarian ladies too. So Fury Toys, and then there was the barbarian lady earlier who looked very similar. Okay. Some of the biggest comments, almost prolific comments on these videos is, I love what I'm looking at, Dave. It's really confusing though. You and me too, brother. I've been covering toys for 5 years. I still don't have a clue what some of these more import figures are based around. But it's fun to look at it. You know, that's like, I never claimed to be, Insider Jones with all the hip information. No, I'm just a goober who loves these things. Doesn't mean I know much about them. And we've got a Mirrfig here, Mirrfig, 1/12 scale. Just badass skull cyber warrior. Yeah, okay. That's fine. You don't need to sell me on a franchise. Just show me cool stuff. Oh, this was actually pretty awesome. I remember looking at these now. I realize what I'm looking at. So these look like original creations, but some of these harken kind of towards like maybe some Spider-Man villains. Got kind of like an organic version of Beetle here or Human Fly. And also there's like a Scorpion looking dude here. Again, more of like a gnarly techno-organic looking Scorpion. So cool. So cool. And then we've got what also looks like, I don't know, maybe like a little bit of an Arkham Knight sort of looking character. I don't know. Just badassery. I'm going to be keeping all my peepers peeled for more information and more looks on these because they just look so wicked. Love this. So yeah, it's just hashtag Mirrfig. M-I-R-R Fig. Okay. Then something a lot cuter. We're going to go over to a couple of cute little anime characters who I just thought looked adorable. I want to share them with you. This is Battle Priestess, Shushing at Wonder Fest here. They just look kind of cute, kind of adorable. Like, I don't need them, but it's nice to show some variety in these videos too. And then I think, oh yes, we've also got Neo Eden toys. And Neo Eden, similar, just cute little weird, little manic pixie fairy little creatures. I don't know. I just like the look of them. Sometimes you just want to share things that look cool. Now, here we go. I was saying I knew something was going to come along. There's always the connective tissue. I was talking about the Thor kit from 6-inch plus figures, and there was a body that you could put that on. Boom! Here you go. I think it was Gong. Gong Studios did a not Superman and a not Batman. I'm going to get arthritis one of these days. They did their own versions of Superman and Batman on this great sort of buff kind of body. That's the one I think you can use. And now they're doing a Hush version of Superman as well here. So you've got Hush Superman with all the greenery around him, and also a Hush version of Batman too. So it's hard to kind of like get a good sort of gauge with these pictures here, but they look fun. They look decent. But yeah, I think this is the body that we then saw the Thor kit on. It all slowly comes together in a very confusing way. Better look at the Mety toys, Roman Gladiator, Centurion, 300 Warrior. That's pretty wicked, pretty badass. And again, sticking with Mety toys, just a nice look at their panda and their tiger. Just great stuff. The bull coming out of there, and then more of their orcs as well. We've seen these before, so I won't linger too long. And what was confusing me before, and will probably go on to confuse me in the future, is we've also got the other Roman Gladiator Spartan 300 type characters, but these are by Wind Toys, from what I can understand here. And then just getting towards the end here, we got Ronghuan Model Toys Heroic Ode 3 Kingdoms. And there's a whole batch of characters from this. Mezco HK on Instagram have loads and loads of pictures. This is just a little choice cut here. And folks, speaking of cut, let's cut it there. That does it for this recap, rewind, review, repeating myself of Wonder Fest Shanghai. This was really fun. A little sort of 3-day breakaway from the normal model behavior content, but it was fun. Let me know what you thought of it, because it's not as overly produced as Good News and other things, but I thought when we have a little special event like this, it's fun to dive in, even if occasionally I don't entirely know what I'm talking about, but I try my best, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And huge shout out to D Amazing, Isaac Wong, Aki Lion, Mezco HK, the Britannia, anyone who posts these pictures online, and loads of people who sent pictures my way without credit, well, without credits attached, but just went, hey, look at this, isn't it cool? I'm like, yeah, who took this picture? And they're like, okay, bye. Well, okay. But still, go follow all the amazing creators because they're creating amazing things. And gang, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, keep displaying model behavior.